Permanent ice is a living ground for a variety of animals such as penguins, polar bears, and seals. Although it may not seem important, but permanent ice caps are also vital for mankind's safety. Had there never been these massive sheets of ice, our climate would have been much more different than today. Permanent ice is made of massive sheets of ice which layer the North Pole and the South Pole, also what we can call Antarctica. These sheets of ice have now receded greatly. But what is so cool about permanent ice? Well, it's one of the coldest places on Earth, cold enough to freeze water at any given time. The temperature in the middle of the ice sheets is much colder than the temperature in the coasts. It can reach negative 87 degrees Celsius, and no, a winter coat is not enough. These sheets were much bigger before. During the Ice Age, it covered up most of Canada and Russia, but now it has receded down to the North and South Pole. Note that this was 14,000 years ago. Because of its name, a lot of people think that these land masses of ice will stay forever. However, these so-called permanent ice fields are melting, and they're melting fast. So the question is, what effects will melting polar ice caps have on humanity and its future generations? Well, first things first, we need to know what is global warming. Global warming is the increase in average temperature of Earth's near surface air and oceans. Evidence for warming of the climate system include observed increases in global average air and ocean temperatures, widespread melting of snow and ice, and rising global average sea levels. So, of what effects will it have on future generations? Well, 8 degrees Fahrenheit. That doesn't seem like much. It may be just a choice to wear a coat outside or not, but this is a temperature that will rise by the year 2100. Yes, it doesn't seem like a surprise, but it is. Severe weather. In 2015, governments had to pay an estimated $10 billion on natural disaster costs. Higher chances of death. As temperatures spike, so does illness, emergency visits, and death. Dirtier air. Greenhouse gas emissions will make it harder to breathe for some populations around the world. Animal extinction rates get higher. Because the land and sea will now undergo rapid changes in all forms, it will be highly unlikely that an animal will be able to adjust to the new environments. Acidic oceans. Because of the excess emissions in our oceans are forced to absorb a lot of these harmful gases because they are getting more acidic. Higher sea level. In 2100, the sea level will rise by approximately 4 feet. That is a lot. So yeah, you can freak out now. But is there any way of preventing these ice sheets from melting? Well, yes. So how can we prevent these ice sheets from melting? First, we must place limits on the amount of carbon that polluters are allowed to emit. Second, we must build a clean energy economy by investing in efficient energy, technologies, industries, and approaches. And third, we must reduce tropical deforestation and its associated global warming emissions. But for doing that, our governments need money, and a lot of it. If nothing, then say goodbye to the low-level sea levels cities like New York. But these polar ice caps are vital to the progression of mankind, and it is in our hand, no pun intended, to save them from all melting. All in all, global warming needs to chill out.